Hello, hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish Kristyn. Today, Duncan's gonna try to ruin my drills up here. Today, I have a post review and kit down of Purrenting. This is by the artist Kim Haskins Art, and this is a Diamond Art Studio UK canvas. And if you are interested in anything from Diamond Art Studio UK, I do have a 10% off coupon code that you can use. It is Crafty-ish 10, and it will save you 10% on any canvases that you might have your eye on. After finishing this one, I so want the other cat. I think there's one other cat canvas. There might be more. I so want them all because, spoiler alert, I think it turned out amazing. I know personally, like the whiskers, anything that has a fine line is very hard to do in a diamond painting because obviously you can't cut the drills up to make the line a little bit skinnier. But I do feel like the thickness, the chunkiness of the whiskers just adds to the kitty family's charm. I am assuming this is the mommy cat. She looks frazzled and overworked. I feel her so much. And obviously the kitty babies are all here clinging on to mommy cat and, you know, probably just needing to be overly supervised because, well, cats are kind of like that. Right, Junkin? He's going to do something. I just know it. They've been spicy all day. Anyways, so this is a 50 by 50 centimeter square drill canvas. And there were 37 colors. And as you can see, there was no unnecessary confetti in this kit, which I appreciate because I have a very high confetti kit right now. Oops, almost just dropped the canvas. As you can see, it looks fantastic. There were a few drill colors that were a little bit trashier than the rest. This is my trash for a 50 by 50 centimeter canvas, and there could be some in here that I just dropped. There also could be ones from other canvases, and well, there could be more that, again, they didn't make it in here. I don't necessarily feel like, oh, that had this much trash means it was a good kit or a bad kit. I just like to collect it because I'm weird. This was finish number 25 for the year and finish number 69 overall, and this is finish number 10 for the year that has a cat in it. Which I feel like is very on brand for me. Not every kit that I've done that has a cat has been the main focus, but obviously main focus energy right up in here. Let's see, I did not have any problems with glue or weird rendered spots. I didn't run out of any colors. It was a overall enjoyable canvas to work on, and we will need to put the drills away so I can use my storage containers for a pink and black canvas. Let's see. Here are my drills. Like I said, I did not run out of anything, and nothing was, you know, kind of scary like I was gonna run out. This one does not have many left, but I don't believe there were many of this color to begin with. And that is about it. I just realized I did not put these in DMC order because I apparently am not organized. So I am going to put these right here, and we are going to fast forward through the drill sorting stage, and then we can get started putting them away.
Okay, let's see. We have 154, 208, 210, 310, 327, 451, 452, 453. Okay, now we have 500s, 800s, 900s. That's special drill, special drill. Let's see, 700s, let's go there. We got 900s, leave all those 4-digit number ones in there because they're the mean ones. Yes, they are, they're so mean, Let's do that. Special drill, 800s, special drill, 900s. Oh my gosh, I'm throwing them everywhere. All right, so we have that. Then we have the 700s. 738, 740, 741, 747, 779. Yay! Yippee skippy! 803, 814, 823. And put those up there. And then we have the 900s. We have 900, 938, 947, 976, 977. Okay, then we have 3750, 338, 3809, 3 something, something, something. Okay.
All right, there we go. Let me move this, grab the drills, and we'll get started. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, I am going to use my brand new Bijou Bliss holiday tray. This is the butter tray, obviously. And it's got the magnetic lid. It does have a stopper, but it's over there on my workstation. And I just thought this was hilarious. It's a more narrower tray, so, you know, less than hand width. So I don't know if you would want to use it necessarily for a really color blocky large area, but for confetti, it works fantastic. And one thing I did notice, I've been using a lot of trays with the washi bottom, and I definitely noticed that this does not have the washi bottom, and so I may have to do something right there, because it was kind of frustrating me last night when I was using it. But other than that, and that's not the tray's fault. That's a Kristyn personal preference thing. Before I forget, I hope everybody is doing awesome, well, and amazing. And if you are curious about my spare drill storage method, I do have a little blurb in the description box that explains, photo boxes, divider cards, that kind of stuff. I won't go into great detail because I'm sure people have heard it over and over and over again. Some of these are getting really full. Really full. I might have to go through and make some extra bags and, take some out and put some in the spare box. Yeah. But that is a later Kristyn problem. That is a not right now Kristyn problem. Why are there two 210 bags in here? I feel, okay, so this 210 is that color. I have a feeling I somehow put the wrong color in at one point, because that definitely looks more like that. Grr to burr. But in theory, that also could be from a kit, a 210. You never fully know with some of these. Oh my gosh, okay. Maybe just take the lid off. That might be the smarter thing to do, instead of spilling it all over. I cannot believe November is practically over. How is it almost over? And then we are going to be in the prime time of December. And I don't know about anybody else, okay? I can only speak for myself. I always wonder when this time of year rolls around, why does every organization, why does every school, why does every small group, club, organization, thing that you've participated in for an entire year, work, why does everybody want to think that I know the perfect date for this activity, for this get-together? It's going to be on a Friday night or a Saturday or a Sunday, the month of December, when people are already trying to get stuff together, feel a little unfrazzled. Let's add a bunch of social commitments. Yeah. I mean, and for some people, you might get invited to so many different things that you have to sit there and decide which one am I going to go to? Because I can't be in 5 places at once. Or, you know, maybe all of your kids have something on the same day. How do you decide which one gets priority? It's like there's all these different things going on at one school and the other school. And, oh, it's a Christmas, it's a tree lighting, it's a this, it's a that. I'm just looking at my calendar. I'm like, no. No, thank you. I'm a pass because I'm already overwhelmed and it's still November. I don't think I'm going to be less overwhelmed when December rolls around. And you want me to come out at 6, 7 p.m. on a school night when they're, you know, given, and I swear at my son's school, group project last week. Without even a week's worth of work time in class. And they, I guess, had time available in class to work on it. The problem is the classroom is so loud that him and his partner couldn't really work on it because everybody was shrieking and, you know, just being loud. And I think he's kind of sensitive like I am when it comes to very loud noises. And so they had to work on it over the weekend. Well, then come Monday, a different class assigns a group project. And I'm just like, no, thank you. And I said, are you going to have time to work on this group project in class? And he goes, I don't think so. I'm like, oh, lovely. You know, so then you're already trying to balance all the things, and I'm just, like, no, why? And they don't have, you know, school the week of Thanksgiving, which is nice, you know, but then it's like, well, now we have to try to get this group project done over the week where we don't have school. Come on, people. I mean, and I understand. It's not necessarily the teachers' fault. They have certain criteria and things that they have to get scheduled and accomplished and everything else. And, you know, okay, whoa, oh my gosh, I almost just dropped that. For some people, group projects are amazing. It's cool when you work with somebody that you get to choose, number one. And you work really well with. I was never a fan of group projects. I know, shockingly, right? Mainly because control freak. But it also really annoyed me when people didn't do their part. When you have the person who just basically wants to sit there and goof off and do absolutely nothing, and they just kind of expect you to do it because they know that you actually care about your grades and you're not going to slack off. Okay, why is this not sealing? That one is really weird. But unlike some people, I was one of those kids who, you know, I don't care. The teacher gives you a confidential survey. How did everybody work together? And did everybody do their part? I was the one who would be very honest in the survey and say, no, you know, Jim didn't show up to over 50% of the group meetings of the thing. He did nothing. He didn't even do the research. I would call him out because, you know what? Because if my grade's going to suffer because of their laziness and willingness to actually participate in the group project, I want the teacher to know why. That's just me, though. That's another chunky bag right there. $7.47. I was looking at this kit while I was getting set up, and it kind of reminded me of a cat we had when I was growing up. That one's full too. And when I was a kid, you know, we lived in kind of is a rural, I can never say it right, a rural area. So there were, you know, like a neighborhood, but there was a lot of woods right behind our house. Our backyard was literally woods. And I don't ever remember having a cat live past, you know, 4 or 5 years old. Because, you know, if you have a cat, most cats, they want to go outside. The outside is calling to them like Moana to the water. And as much as you try to keep them in, sometimes they get out. Well, my dad was a firm believer that cats should go outside. And I was always a firm believer of, I want the cats to stay inside because I don't want them to get eaten by coyotes and wild animals, because that always happened. And so the one cat that looks like that picture, I remember, I think that cat made it to 5 years old. And you would always try to get the cat to come back in, you know, when it gets dark, you know, you sit there and you see the cat show up at the sliding glass door and you let him in. Well, one night, Kitty did not come back to the door. And you open the door and you call, and, you know, maybe the cat's on a grand adventure. I mean, cats are their own creatures, right? They do what they want. They don't care what you want to do. And then I think we left the garage door, the lifting door, open just a little bit in case cat came back. And morning time, no, was not back. And never did see that one again, which is sad. I hated it because I always, you just did not want the cat to go out. Like, no, don't let it out, don't let it out. But he always would. He'd always, oh man, I was so full. If I like went and spent the night at a friend's house or something, he'd be like, oh, I let the cat out and the cat really liked it. I'm like, oh, of course the cat did. Oh, dang it. Okay. That's annoying. Don't. Just stay. And that was kind of the same thing would always happen. You know, the cat just, they would go out and there were coyotes that lived in the woods, and sometimes we'd see cougars, or I don't know if it was mountain lion, or are those the same thing? I honestly don't know. I think there was a bobcat once. Once there was a bear. Just, ugh. Yikes. We definitely do not let Duncan and Sharky out for many, many reasons. One of them is we live on a very busy road. Very busy. And even though we have a giant, 5-acre backyard, cats will do what they want. So they would probably go out to the road and try to cross the street. Duncan, I think Duncan's gotten out twice. The first time, my son had a friend over and they saw that the neighbor's goats were outside. And this was right after we got the cats. And were really excited. And so they ran out the back door and left the back door wide open. And the cat got out. And so I was picking up Sassy Lassie, and I'm on the freeway and just frantic crying. I let the cat out. I let the cat out. I'm like, okay, calm down. Calm down. We'll find him. No, he's dead. He's gone. Like, no, he's probably just scared. So I got home, panic is ensuing. My husband's freaking out. The kids are freaking out. I'm like, just chill. Literally, there's a bush by our front door. And Duncan was just crouched there, looking like a deer in the headlights. I was like, he's right there. So we grabbed him, brought him inside, and he didn't try to go back out for a while. Thank goodness, right? But then another time, I had gone to a women's kind of meetup thing, and I thought I had closed the front door all the way, but apparently I did not, because when I got home, the front door was partially open, which was terrifying, honestly. And I had a package on the front door, and it was my Jaded Gem Shop Last Supper painting. I was like, oh my gosh, did the postman break into my house? Like, what is going on, you know? It was so weird. And I'm looking at the Ring camera, and it's just not making sense. So then, you know, my mom lives with us, and she was downstairs. She had no idea. So I didn't know if somebody was breaking into the house, if they were in the house. I'm panicking. You know, finally I'm like, okay, this is weird. And both cats were sitting in the front door, like inside the house when I got home. And I thought, oh my gosh, thank goodness they didn't go out. You know, they didn't run away, whatever it is, you know. So kind of figured out that when I closed the door and I locked it, it didn't fully close, and then the lock kind of pushed the door open. We did figure that out. And, you know, I sat down and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys didn't go out. And both cats come up to me and they're kind of rubbing up against me. And Duncan crawls in my lap. And he had a rhododendron flower bud stuck to his paw. And I looked at that and I said, I'm sorry, how did an indoor cat get a rhododendron flower that's all sticky and, you know, sappy? How did you get that stuck to your paw? He looked not even guilty. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm pretty sure he went and explored the yard, but didn't escape. So I'm pretty sure that he got out, explored the yard, and then decided to come back inside. Oh, yeah. That was scary for many reasons, because I thought, oh my gosh, the cats could have run away or gotten hit by a car. Somebody could have broken into my house. And when I looked at the Ring camera, I don't know what the cat is doing. Again, cats. When I looked at the Ring camera, it looks like the postman triggered the sensor on the camera to come on, and he saw that the door was partially open, but just left the package on the front porch, which I kind of don't know what is the protocol for that. Are they just supposed to not worry that somebody's front door is open and nobody's around? He didn't even call and say, you know, hey, delivery, or your front door is open. Nothing. No doorbell ringing. Just drop it on the porch and get the heck out of there. Maybe that's what they're supposed to do. I honestly don't know, because I've never been allowed to drive a mail truck or deliver mail. I used to think that would be a fun job as a kid. I was like, that would be so cool to drive the truck and the steering wheel's on the other side. And then I, you know, thought about it, and, you know, you're riding on the school bus and you have a mail truck behind you, and, you know, the kids are making faces at the mailman, and I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't want to be a mailman. That seems like a very dangerous job, honestly, because you're assuming that people are going to see the mail truck stopped, go around, or be respectful. But I don't think people are necessarily respectful of others when they're out driving anymore. Yeah, it seems like a very thankless job too. I mean, how often when our package is late or something arrives damaged, you know, we blame the mailman or the mailwoman, mail person, you know, however the mailman person wants to identify, obviously. I would not want to be everybody's scapegoat with, oh, must be the mail person. Not my fault. I don't know if I could do a job where you have to drive professionally and all day long either. I could do it if there weren't other cars on the road. I don't think that's really an option, though. Could be wrong. this happen occasionally. 3865. Oh dear. Let's see. No, don't do that. Come on, friend. Don't do that. Ooh, that section is floppy. Super floppy right there. There's that. Oh, that one just hopped across the workstation. Yeah, these are all getting really full. Oh my goodness. I got to do something with these spares. You know, speaking of cats, you know, I wanted to do this cat cross-stitch conversion thing, and I got all the containers labeled up, and I went through my colors and I picked out a bunch of colors that I have a bunch of, and the motivation, it left my body. I had no motivation to do it, and you know, I'm not gonna force myself to do something if I'm just not feeling it. But at the same time, like these are all ones I have one extra bag or more of, you know, like I feel like I should do something with them. I don't have the desire to do it. Oh dear, what is this? And once again, the spares are kind of a mess. Let's see if I have any of these in here though. Let's see, 304. Do I have 304, 318, 310? Oh, 3. Look at that, 304. They probably will be a little different, but that's okay. That is totally fine. There was just a canvas I was looking at, and I was thinking I should use some of my spare drills to zhuzh up a little, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the minis I'm working on, the pretty little gem minis. That might have been it. Let's see, 445. Because I have the whole fairy dust set that I got from Bella Art Diamonds a while ago. And then, you know, just ones that I've accumulated from kits. And then I have the ABs. I might as well use them, right? I was thinking, oh, I know what it was. The temperature chart from Diamond Art Studio UK. I ordered that, and I have an idea for it, and I'm thinking that maybe adding in some special drills could make it a little more fun and exciting. 97, oh, I do have 975, look at that. But I will flesh out the plan a little bit more when I actually get the kit, which should be any day now. And then I will make a video with a light unboxing, not like a, you know, super detailed unboxing, but to do a unboxing to, you know, show the thing and, you know, kind of explain how they are suggesting or giving ideas for how to do the temperature chart. Spoiler alert, I am not doing it like it's going to tell me to do. Not that there's anything wrong with doing it the way that they're doing it, but I have a different idea in mind for what I want to do with mine. And you know what? It's my kit. I can just do what I want, right? I get to do what I want. I may not have control over a lot of things in my life, but what I do with my diamond painting kits, I do have control over that. All right, let me get this stuff picked up. Magic of editing, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! And now all we have left is our butter tray and our Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Blackberry. And now I am ready to start on the next project. So I would love to know what you guys thought of Purrenting. Have you done that kit, or have you had your eye on that kit? I definitely want to get the other one that I know is available. Yes, I know. Just add to the list of things I want, right? So that's going to be it for me today, guys. If you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. And I will see you again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys. Yum. You bet your butter dollar, Duncan. No? Okay. You here to judge me? Yeah, just a little bit. It's fine. I'm used to it. Okay, you ready, Duncan? Let's do this. Okay. Oh, I'm already recording. Dummy. You don't have to turn it on because it's already on. Professional. Oh, burp. Can we do this without spilling? Probably not. Dr. Pepper ring. You want some Dr. Pepper? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, you guys do. You're just so cute. Yes, you're so cute. We didn't. Oh, no. I didn't nose boop the cats. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't nose boop you. No, I didn't. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ready? Boop, 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 boop. There you go. Oh, all is right with the world. Got my butter tray, butter tray. Butter, 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 tray.